What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Big Brother Season 16, episodes 33, 34, and 35. I'm your host,
Yay.
Dom. With me, I have my co-hosts, Erika.
Hello.
And Luke.
Welcome to Big Brother.
How's it going, guys?
Well, very swell week. I love our new schedule, and I'm enjoying it. It gives us time to energize and just get prepared for talking and stuff. Busy week at work, and if I can make the announcement like they do on Big Brother, I, co-host Luke of the Big Brother 16 podcast, have upgraded to the iPhone 6.
I hate Apple.
Okay,
I'm gonna smash your phone into little tiny pieces.
No, you're not, because it's going to have either an OtterBox or a life-proof case. Zack Attack.
Can it swim?
Those don't come out for like 2 months after the phone comes out. So
No, I pre-order it, you know?
Yeah, but can it swim?
Yeah,
It's an OtterBox. It should be able to swim, right?
yeah, it
I'll
can.
Throw it into a dam. So
damn phone.
damn phone. Yeah, exactly.
Kudos to you both.
Alright, so this has been kind of a little interesting week here, right? If any season did not need a do-over week, it's season 16. But
The first.
Yes, it did.
but
It needed it to get Frankie not be have household.
maybe we don't know. So the beginning of the week started. We have Frankie wins head of household. We have the competition. The head of household competition or whatever was kind of a cool little thing. We hadn't seen anything quite like it. It was like this little seesaw contraption. You move one object over, balance it, and all that jazz. What did you guys think of that competition?
I thought it was pretty cool, but wait a minute. For you both, I need both of your opinions. Was that an endurance competition?
Yeah.
Okay. Erika?
Because you had to balance and you couldn't drop anything. So yeah.
Yeah, but what sucks is, even if you drop one seed, you have to remove all the seeds and start all over again.
Right.
Correct.
That's stupid.
No, that's amazing because it takes somebody who was in the lead, which was, I believe, was it Cody or Caleb?
Yeah, but then doesn't that consume time?
Yeah, but that's the point. That's what makes it interesting.
It's not going to take any extra time because the other people are still competing. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
like Frankie and Cody were right there neck and neck, and then like Cody dumped all his off.
Exactly,
All of a
but
sudden, Frankie now wins. You know?
Right, but then
Yeah.
if Frankie happened to have dropped his because Cody had reset so long ago, Cody was now second place. So if Frankie had dropped one or fell off, Cody would have been in the lead, and it gives a fair chance to everybody. If you only knocked one off and you just replace that one, you're not on equal ground anymore.
right.
It was a lot more
Well,
entertaining this way.
Was the water supposed to make it, the rain, wasn't that supposed to make it a little bit more, like, challenging? Is that what the purpose of...
It makes the beam a little slippery, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think that's the
if you
purpose.
fall off, then you're out too. You got to pull all your seeds back off. So
Right.
Yeah.
More than likely,
Excellent.
if you fall off, no matter what, your seeds are going to fall off. Unless
Yeah,
it's
you
like the
know-
first seed or two.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? That, they all unexpectedly didn't know this competition was going to get rained on, so they didn't have the proper clothing on. You could see Frankie was wearing the sweater, the sweatpants, and stuff like that. Everybody else was dressed lightly. See, the second time they did it, when the button was rewound...
We'll get
they
there. We'll get
were-
there. Hold on. We'll get there. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh,
So-
I'm saying the clothing was too heavy, but he was able to pull it off, so kudos, you know?
Right. He's very, very competitive, Frankie. You got to give him that much.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
much
he's
as the
dang-
internet is starting to hate Frankie,
Yeah, I noticed that. How come
Starting?
everybody-
well, it's
If-
starting to become
Why?
more mainstream, I guess. The hate is becoming more mainstream.
But why are they only focused on hating Frankie? Like, what is...
because
what's
you don't
wrong?
want Frankie to win.
Nobody wants Frankie.
Frankie has played the game wrong the entire season.
Well,
Yeah.
when it, you know,
There's no way to play the game wrong. I mean, you could say that Victoria's playing the game wrong, but in her mind, she's
No,
She's-
Victoria's
she's
had
playing
the
a social
amazing.
game. I think her game is pretty social.
what if
Victoria has the second best game in there.
yeah. What if I'm just throwing an extreme hypothetical? What if Victoria is really a competition beast but has been playing possum this whole time.
That could be. Looks can be deceiving. I mean, I would, so, pardon my language, shit a brick if that finally came out.
If all
What
of a
if they
sudden she
take-
just...
Yeah,
if she
like-
out beast mode cowboy Caleb, like how crazy would that be?
Yeah, you know what would be crazy? That if her and Caleb were in the final two, do you think Caleb will win or Victoria?
Zach.
See,
Oh,
what if her only two competitions she wins all summer are the two competitions that put her in the final two?
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
That final head of household,
So,
Victoria wins it.
right.
She's on the final two.
So now, all right. So after that, they had the option to push the button, or they saw the button, right?
Yeah.
Right. The button appeared, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that could be Pandora's
Was that
box."
before
It's
the
like, no,
competition
no,
or after the competition? I don't, no, it was after
They-
the
After
competition.
the eviction.
They saw it before it.
So this
Yeah,
is
like-
basically Pandora's box,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but a group. And even Derek said it. This is the first time they've ever done a group Pandora's box. So
Yeah.
something we
And-
have been waiting for actually
Exactly.
came true.
And it was the old have not room had it.
Right. Right. So would you guys have pushed the button if you were in the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I was a big target, I would. And if I was on the chopping block, I would.
I would have walked into the room and pushed it before anybody even had a chance
Nope.
to say no.
Like, would you keep it a secret
No.
to yourself? So
I would walk into the room with everybody and just go boom. I wouldn't even say a word. I would just hit
yeah,
it.
and you know you would be in deep shit,
I don't
right?
care.
You mean you're not afraid of anybody, Dom? You
No.
wouldn't be afraid to face. You wouldn't even be afraid to face these house guests this season.
No.
No.
Wow,
I'd just
you're
walk
a
in.
beast.
I'd walk in and push that button. I don't
Just
care.
randomly, like boom, there we go.
I'd be like, "What's this do?" Boom.
I could so see you doing that. I would love to see you play.
You
this game.
know, if Zach was in the house too, he would have done the same thing.
Yeah, and that would have gotten Frankie even pissed off. Because, you know, Frankie was still the head of household, and boom, the button was pushed.
Right. So they made the group decision to push it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They did, and they did it all together as a group.
Yeah.
Did they all participate?
They did. Everybody together pushed it down.
Aren't you forgetting one major event?
The veto.
No, the engagement of Jeff and Jordan.
No, didn't forget it. Just irrelevant.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest moves ever played in the Big Brother house.
We
this
kind of
season.
knew. We forgot to mention at the end of our podcast last week that we knew Jeff and Jordan were coming in. We forgot to make speculations, but I think if we did have the time to sit down and talk, that we would have guessed that it was for the engagement.
Well, if you remember, earlier in the season, Luke kept bashing dude, saying, "Why isn't he proposed yet? What's taking him so long?
That's,
Right.
That's why.
Why doesn't Julie call him out on this?" That's why no one ever brought it up.
Yeah, because there
Except
he
for
is.
Zingbot.
He wanted to do it outside in the backyard where they first met. I mean, at first Jordan had not a clue. She thought they were there to host a luxury competition. So she walks on the backyard. She's like, "Oh, this is beautiful. What kind of competition is this?" He goes, "This is not a competition." She's like, "What?" She's like, "This is for you." And then she starts backing away, but in a good way. But she was kind of nervous. She's like, "No, come here." And then she's like, "Oh, God."
Yeah.
Like she knew something was coming. And then he opens the box and she's like, "Oh, no." She was like so shocked. And he's like, "Will you marry me?" She's like, "Yes."
Yeah, during Zach's interview, his interview after he was evicted out of the house with Jeff, Zingbot was there making comments in the background, and he was ragging on Jeff the whole time, and he made some comment about something about being scared, and that's why he hasn't proposed to Jordan or whatever, and like Zach's face just went like whatever, and Jeff's just like, oh, he's just like, oh, Zingbot's on fire tonight, and all this stuff. So I kind of already knew just based on that it was kind of coming, so.
Oh, I didn't see the full interview, so maybe that's why. But how about this? One of my friends pointed out, if you go back and look at the video where Jeff and Jordan walk into the Big Brother house, there's two things. One, could you probably speculate, do you think Jeff and Jordan are a little have a problem with gay people, because when Frankie ran downstairs from the HOH room, when he ran to give them a hug, they were kind of turning their heads and giving him like a fake hug, my friend said.
That's Frankie. That's not all gay people.
Oh, okay, because wasn't Jeff kind of like anti-gay or something? Like he didn't like gay people?
I don't think
Like
so.
5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, yeah, and Jeff kind of Jeff criticized them. He's like, God, it stinks in here.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
They've actually
'Cause it
said this was
did.
the worst. They've said this is the worst house ever.
Well, yeah, because weren't they messier than last year's house guests?
Yeah.
By far. You heard Victoria saying that Frankie and Caleb left toenail clippings out. Like, that's disgusting.
Would you find that disgusting?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
I don't know, but if it smelled, I probably would have, as much as if it would probably make me a target, I would have said, why don't you get your asses up and clean this place? It's starting to stink.
It's a little different being in the house because you get used to smells. Like, that's why, like, pet owners, for example, they don't smell their pets anymore. But if somebody that walks into a house or whatever and you're like, oh, they have a dog, they have a dog, you can smell the dog. But if you live with the dog, you don't smell the dog, so.
Right, like we have cats and we don't smell them.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. So you get accustomed to the smell. Like second nature, you don't even notice it. So when somebody coming from the outside comes in, that's the first thing they're gonna smell. So of course Jeff's gonna comment. He's a very blunt person. So
He is.
yeah.
Jordan was talking with her southern accent from North Carolina. She was going, "How y'all doing?"
Yeah. Yeah. So right after that, we go into what was it? The veto competition.
After the rewind, then they had the veto competition, and I knew this was gonna.
After
I knew
the
this
button, then we had the thing with Jeff and Jordan. We had the concert. Have you guys ever even heard of the singer, the country dude?
No.
I have no clue who he is.
Apparently it was a big guy that Jordan liked or something.
Okay.
You know
Jeff
what
requested him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but you know what would be cool though? Instead of that singer, imagine if they had Frankie's sister come in to sing. Wouldn't that be awesome? Ariana Grande.
If Jordan was a fan of Ariana Grande, yes, but it's her engagement, so get a singer she likes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So so that was her favorite singer,
Yes.
not
That's
one.
what I
Jeff
just said.
sang.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what Erika just said.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's somebody that she had actually requested and saying that she really liked this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a beautiful engagement. And you take a look back at the flashback clips and stuff, a look back down memory lane. Even all of them were crying. Not Jordan was crying, but not as hysterically as Cody and Frankie. Frankie was holding Jordan's dog and hysterically.
Come on, Luke, admit it. You dropped a tear.
Almost, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, because that was just I don't know. I get emotional sometimes because I just think it's sweet. You know, they've been together for 5 years. They met in the Big Brother house, and you know what? It took him 5 years to propose. Brendan and Rachel, they got engaged in a year.
Mm.
And now I finally got their team name. It's Jordef. Jordef. You know, like Brenchel, McCranda, and Jordef.
Jordef.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, Jordef. I mean, that's what I've seen on their hashtag.
Interesting. I don't like it.
No.
I know, but I didn't think...
So we had the veto competition, right? And the veto competition was very interesting. It was a mashup of 3 house guests' face for the BB Freak Show, which I really thought was going to be an advertisement for American Horror Story Freak Show coming up. I just think it was a little coincidental, but it wasn't. So.
I thought it. You know something? At the same time, that competition looked easy, but at the same time, it looked hard. You know what I mean? It's like unscrambling a puzzle, that competition. I think that was more of a puzzle unscrambler.
I think the top of the head was the easiest point. Like they picked, what's her name?
Joey?
Joey, yeah. They
Yeah.
picked Joey, and it's like, blue hair. Who else could that possibly be? So
Exactly, and Devin's head was the smooth, practically no hair.
Yeah, Caleb said if his hairline receded any further back, that he'd have to salute from back here.
And you can't miss Hayden's smile. Hayden's smile, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, so some of the features were outstanding, but some of them they were a little trickier. But I actually thought Victoria did really well at first, and then she kind of slipped up about
No,
halfway
first
through.
she took longer than the others. I mean, Derek and Frank. Even though Frankie won the veto, Derek was this close to
Right,
winning.
well, at the
If he
end of
could
it, but I'm
beat-
saying at the beginning of the competition, she whizzed through the first two of them.
Yeah,
Right.
she was doing good like first half, and then hit that block and just stopped.
Yeah, then once she hit number 3, I think it was, she just couldn't figure it out, and it took her forever.
Right.
But Frankie ended up winning, and he was really close to Derek. So now, Frankie decided he kept the nominations the same. He didn't want a chance backdooring somebody else, because if he took Victoria off the block and threw like Derek up there, right? Then it would have
What
been
would that
Derek
do?
and Cody,
I
and Caleb would have been the deciding vote.
I was really kind of hoping he would have done that because we know that it wouldn't have mattered. No
Right.
vote would have happened.
Right? We
So
knew what the
I
rewind
wanted-
was. They didn't.
I wanted to see him do that and pull that trigger because there's no going back from that. And then once the reset hits, all that's negated, and they still know that he tried to backdoor his two friends, and
So
they
what
immediately
will
put him back on the block.
That would
So
have been
then,
amazing.
that would have created throwing gasoline on fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
The target wouldn't have been Victoria anymore. It would have been Frankie.
Right.
Frankie admitted though that he's a big target. Why would he admit that? I mean, now what is he so afraid of? He's
It's
doing
not a
so
secret. It's not a
Because
secret.
he's-
Everybody knows he's a big target.
Because he's won 9 competitions.
But he's acting so nervous. He's a beast at competitions. What does he have to be nervous about?
It's down to the final 5. There's a
Well,
lot to be nervous
He
about.
hasn't lost it. Yeah, but here's the point. That's not the point though. He hasn't lost any competitions. He has nothing to be afraid of.
It's still anybody's game. He has
If
plenty
they're-
to be
they
afraid
haven't
of.
made it. They haven't made it past that. He had HOH on the worst week to have it because you don't get to play in the final 4 HOH, which means you don't get that automatic safety into final 3, which means he still has a chance of getting kicked out of the house. That's what he was so scared about.
Who do they want going more? Is Victoria the target, or is Frankie the biggest target in the house right now? Who would you?
Frankie's the biggest target right now.
Yeah, but he's like I give him a step higher than beast mode cowboy. I mean, Caleb is a beast, but Frankie is a dangerously beast. Even Dan Giesling, when he made the appearance last night, we forgot to bring that up. Dan Giesling said,
We didn't
Frankie
forget to bring
is
it up. We just didn't
but
get there
there-
yet.
"What?
We didn't
You
forget
keep
to bring it
jumping
up. We
ahead.
just didn't get to that point yet. We're
Oh.
going in order, in sequence.
Oh, okay."
So, yeah, but so all that happened, and then the Team America had their other mission, which was revealed that they had to keep the house awake all night with a mouse in the house, and that was super entertaining.
I
Except
loved
for
it.
Frankie screaming through the house. He sounded like that goat from that Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, but I have to give Frankie, Frankie's got good acting skills, so he really accomplished this mission. He helped Team America accomplish this mission because he used to be on Broadway. He's a dancer and he acted. His acting skills were just, like, realistic. They were so real.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think Victoria's acting skills are much better than Frankie's.
Right.
You really think so? Even though
Yeah.
she's a photographer.
We saw Victoria and Derek mastermind this scheme to go at each other's throats to make them appear like they're not a vote for each other or working together in any way, shape, or form. And Victoria told the house, even at the eviction ceremony, that Derek betrayed her. She'll never trust him again. And
That was an act.
oh yeah, that was an
Right.
act. That's why I'm saying that was a much better acting job than anything Frankie's done in the house.
Why specifically did they do that? I didn't quite get that. Could one of you explain it to me?
The thing is, if the house guests know that Derek has a guaranteed 100% vote in the jury, then they would be scared to take him to the final 2 because now they're not playing for 9 votes. They're not playing for 5 of the 9. They're playing for 4 of the 8 or something. It's like one guaranteed vote they know they're never going to get ever. So why take him?
Right.
Oh, I see.
Right, because
Frankie,
if they know Victoria's going to vote for Derek, that makes Derek a bigger target, so there's less of a chance for them to bring Derek to the final three with them.
right. Oh, do you know what Frankie even admitted? He said, I couldn't believe he actually said, I forgot who he said it to, but in his HOH room, he said to somebody, you know what? If Victoria's in the final two, I'm going to vote for her.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think you're supposed to tell who you're going to vote for.
In the diary
That's
room,
just
you can.
it's just bad
Yeah,
strategy, but you can do it.
But he wasn't in the diary room. He was in the HOH room, the penthouse.
Yeah,
Oh, penthouse, whatever.
they're not. It's not like wrong. It's just bad strategy.
Yeah.
It is bad strategy. I mean, that puts you even further in the game. You know, Big Brother is almost like watching an edge of your seat thriller when it gets toward the end.
Yeah. I'm curious though with the Team America mission. Getting back to that, is Donnie still part of the team even though he was evicted? Does he still qualify for the money or no?
No,
No, he's been evicted. He's in jury now.
he doesn't. They even had it on the graphic when you go to vote for it. They didn't even have him on there. Just the two of them.
Okay.
Just Eric and Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice if he still received because he was originally part of the alliance. It still would be nice. But okay. So then we've had Derek compared to Dan Giesling by Nicole. That's Derek's main reason for wanting her out last week. And then Dan Giesling came on the show and kind of weighed in his opinion, and he said him and Derek are very similar.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, Dan kind of agreed with that. He goes,
Yeah.
we both have a love for this game. That's what he said.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he even admitted he said Frankie is dangerously good, but I'm rooting for Derek.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for Derek too. I mean, I'm rooting between. At this point, I could care less who wins because whoever wins the $500,000, the $500,000 short term, they played a good game.
Right.
That's all that happens. You're the last one standing. You played a good game.
Yeah. So Julie comes in, starts asking them all questions or whatever, and it was almost as if it was timed perfectly, and you couldn't have done that knowing exactly how long their speeches were going to be. You couldn't have possibly done it.
Right.
And it was timed to the, almost to the second that Derek walked up to the door.
He was like, why can't I open it?
I think they were expecting the buzzer to go off during the speeches, realistically.
Yeah.
But the speeches were really short when most of the season they've been really long and Julie's had to cut them off.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's still really, really good timing to hit, 6 days ahead of time?
Yeah.
Knowing about 35 minutes into the episode they're going to be voting. So we're going to go ahead and time it for, that time. And
yeah, I would have loved if the votes actually went out.
I would have liked
to see
it.
The votes, and then
I would have liked it if they had
on a vote of 4-0 or 2-0, whatever. Victoria, you have been and then the buzzer goes off. Like that would have been amazing.
Yeah, wouldn't that be epic? And she was just getting ready to leave. She gets up to hug them, and all of a sudden, they were all like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, that I think would have been a lot more
epic
for them in the house. Like we knew it was coming regardless, but I think for them, like the emotional, like Derek just is like, "Oh, I knew it," whatever. As soon as he gets to the door,
would have been sweet if they did it right as he got into the diary room and sat down.
And
then the buzzer starts going off. Just like last time when I think it was Zach was like, "There's something going on out there. I gotta go." He just runs out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, runs out of the diary room.
So before we get to the reset itself, we got to see the jury house, right? We got the preview from there. We got to see Zach receive his birthday gift from the Big Brother production team / house guests.
Yeah.
He got his pink hat back.
Yeah, even better
and
too.
It's his this time.
Yeah. He's like screw you, Victoria, whatever. I don't need your hat anymore. I got my own.
That's right.
It's even better now.
Yeah,
So,
you do realize that's the signature fashion of Big Brother this season. Last year it was JUDD, Judd's bear shirt, and now this year it's Zach's pink hat.
Zach's pink hat, and the gator shirt.
The gator shirt. Yep,
Yeah.
that's the style for the season. You know something? I wanted. Actually found a site where you could buy Judd's shirt, a copy of Judd's shirt.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I want that shirt. I don't know why, but I just like it. I want it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. So then we saw Christine enter the house.
That was awesome.
Big ignorance.
They were all out there making fun of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Donnie was in the middle of the laugh.
Donnie of all people is like, no, it's not Christine, because we would hear her coming, doing that cackle laugh, and he does the laugh.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it like maybe 10 times. He does the laugh, and then she steps out and does the laugh, and it merges together, and people don't even notice she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh!" And then Zach,
not until he points at her, like, "Oh, there she is."
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Zach says, "Awkward."
Oh wait,
Right.
nobody was even looking at her.
No one even turned around or anything.
Like everybody was avoiding eye contact with her
Yeah.
completely. And then she's like, "Yeah, I got a tape. Let's go watch that." And everybody's like, "Yeah," still not looking at her.
They're like ignoring her, and then she says when they're watching the DVD of her eviction, she goes, "I got the biggest boo."
Yeah, they weren't surprised either, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that Hayden hit the nail on the head when he said it was her relationship with Cody in the house.
Yeah.
I love that guy said, I can't remember now. Donnie said, he's like, well, they all said, it's like they're watching, they're like, so do you have a thing for dinosaurs now? And she just kind of looked all embarrassed. She's like, no.
Yeah.
Then Donnie just looked at her and said, do you have an attorney?
Oh,
And it,
Yeah, that was.
and it took like a split second for the other house guests to get it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah!"
Oh my god.
no, I got it right away. I was laughing hysterically. You
No,
got
I'm saying the reaction on the house guest's face when he's like, "Do you have an attorney?" Oh hell!
Yeah, but the reaction on Christine's face was she went from
Yeah, she's like,
a fake smile to a. She was
very
just she was
depressed.
so upset. Yeah.
But she doesn't know how her husband's gonna react to it.
No, she has no clue.
You know what? He took it pretty well though. He's not angry with her.
Well, we don't know for sure because this is what he's like in front of a camera.
Yeah, and he's in front of a national audience. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if he'll hit on me. You know, wait until they get home. Dude's probably gonna do some Ray Rice nonsense.
I'm sure it's gonna come up and it's gonna like eat away at him, and you know it's eating away at him now. I know that for a fact. And,
Right.
You know, and then when she gets back to the house and they start talking and mentioning, and then she's gonna be like all apologetic, and that's gonna be like the thing that's thrown in his face the most, and it's gonna tear him apart. It really is. I'd be very surprised if they pulled through this.
Do you really think that's going to happen, or no? You're guessing.
That's my guess. Obviously, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see
Right.
the future, but I'd be very surprised if they lasted together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Amanda and McRae. They're no longer together.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, okay, so the rewind was pushed. Julie announces the twist. Everybody kind of freaks out. Frankie kind of looks the most excited.
Yeah.
Right? Because as Erika pointed out at the beginning, this is a big week for Frankie because he could not compete in next week's, which is the big HOH that you don't really want to miss.
Right.
So, is it in Frankie's best interest to try to win, or is it in Frankie's best interest to throw it this time? He's a huge target, so...
I think it would be his best interest to keep winning competitions. He's a beast. Keep doing it. Don't throw it. You're going to blow it.
Well, if you were to throw the head of household competition, and if you could win the veto competition to take yourself off, and then you win the next head of household competition instead, you're guaranteed in the final three.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but...
But if you do it the other way, if you win this head of household, you get other people out next week, you could be the one evicted.
True, but you know something? If he doesn't win this next HOH, he he'll be safe. You know, he has a chance to play in the veto and win it.
Yeah, he does.
So maybe it's good that if he doesn't get this HOH, you know, I mean,
It could be.
I don't know. Right now my mind's in a jumble because right now I look at watching Big Brother as edge of your seat excitement because you're getting towards the end, you get that butterfly feeling in your stomach, and that's what I'm having all this time. Right before the show comes on, I get like that stage fright feeling.
Mm.
I think it's almost next to impossible for Frankie to win it again. The same HOH.
What did Julie say? She said, but this time the strategy is now different or something.
Well,
I don't.
So the week is repeating itself. They are playing every single competition the same. So the head of household competition, as we saw, the show ended in the middle of it. We got to see clearly Victoria was better at it. She was much better at it this time around. You saw.
So they got a second chance.
Yes.
Basically.
So it'd be amazing if Victoria won. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's probably the farthest thing from the reality. But she did much better the second time around this competition than she did the first time. So that also goes to mean when the veto competition comes back, it's that same one again. It's the faces and pick them out or whatever. These people have already done it. They already know what the correct answer is. If they're able to remember that,
right,
they're gonna be able to fly through it. Derek, who supposedly has a photographic memory, if that's true, he wouldn't even need to look at the pictures. He'd just go up to the thing, hit the buttons, boom, 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 buzzer, boom, 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 buzzer, boom, 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 buzzer, boom, 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 buzzer. He's done. You know?
Is he the one with the photographic memory, or is it Victoria or Frankie?
Victoria's a photographer.
Oh, okay, so Derek has a photographic memory because he's a cop.
That's what he says. I don't know if he does have a
some people could be all talk.
He does have a good eye for detail, but that does not make a photographic memory.
Yeah, you know what would be cool? If one of the house guests worked for the government, like, you know, in the film Taken, they would fly right through
Liam Nielsen's in the house.
What?
Liam Nielsen's in the house.
Yeah, you know something? If the character was real naturally, the Brian Mills character, he would zing through this game just like that. He would automatically make it to the 500K. He would.
Would be interesting.
I don't know. That would be like a high priority week 1 eviction.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still really anybody's game. Derek, if he does have a photographic memory, stands the best chance at winning this. If he just has a good attention to detail memory, maybe not necessarily. It's anybody that really remembers exactly what the competition, you know, exactly the order or whatever. And whoever could run, hit those things faster, get back to the buzzer, because you already did it. You know what to expect. You know, you kind of know. If you know, oh, I get stuck on this one, I didn't remember who it was, and that's the one, like, Victoria was stuck on it forever. She went back and forth, she tried everybody, and it was literally the last person she tried. That's going to be something that's stuck with her, and she's going to be like, fuck, whoever that was. If it was Caleb, like, let's say, she was freaking out, and she's like, God damn it, Caleb! And, like, she's going to remember Caleb. When that competition comes around again, the first thing she's going to think of is Caleb. So she's going to get that right. So
I hope so. Well, good luck to her. All I could say to this upcoming veto competition is good luck. Now, there's an episode tomorrow night, right, which is the veto competition.
Tomorrow night? No.
Friday. Didn't they switch it to Friday
next
night?
Friday. Next week, Friday.
What? Not tomorrow.
The next episodes are Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, I thought tomorrow was a Big Brother night.
No.
Oh, okay. I got, like I said, I got confused because I got the IQ of frozen yogurt.
You see, they're doing the eviction that should have happened.
No spoilers.
Oh, they're not even done it yet.
Oh, right. No. I was talking to Dom. I see him looking at the website.
I'm looking on
he's looking at the Big Brother website.
The official website that's not going to have spoilers. I'm looking to see if the date is listed.
They'll do the finish up the HOH on Sunday, and they'll do the POV and the eviction on Tuesday. Then they'll do the next nominations and POV and stuff on Wednesday. They'll do another eviction Friday, and then they'll start the final HOH final 3 Sunday.
Yes.
And Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday done.
Yeah. So it is Sunday. Just as
We only
Erika
got
said,
2
it's
weeks to
Sunday,
go.
Tuesday,
It's getting
Wednesday,
intense.
Friday.
We got 2 weeks to go. It's getting intense.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
Oh,
So
sir.
yeah. So that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge. Supposedly they're telling us now the jury members are gonna be in the house this week for a surprise.
And a luxury competition.
Yeah. What do you think that's gonna be?
From what I've seen, I don't know what the competition is or what the luxury is, but it's going to be two teams, the jury versus the house guests.
Ooh,
And whichever team wins is the one that gets the luxury.
that's cool. I like that.
I like that too. I think I read that too. Now that Erika brought that up,
I
yeah.
hope that's something that we're gonna see in the future too, going forward, because that's really that's almost kind of like what I was talking about at the beginning of the show now, where you have two houses competing against each other. That's
Right.
practically what this is.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I don't know if that's honestly the case, but that's what I've seen. That sounds really good. Put it
Yeah.
that way.
Right.
You know what I would really like?
What?
If next season every single evicted house member was a jury member.
Oh, they just start from day one, putting them in the jury house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that'd be really long and boring if you're the first person out.
Correct. So, but then, but you know what you could do? You could do the person evicted, or you get it. Then you have those people competing every week. Not every week.
They could
but,
do-
But when the house gets to 6, they start doing it, and they have to evict again, and then up till like the final 6 or something like that. Or the final
They need
9.
they need to do like Survivor does with Resurrection Island.
Yes.
You go into the jury house,
They
and
have a jury house.
I'll explain it to you. You go into they call it Resurrection Island or whatever.
Yep.
But you go into the seclusion, and you're the first person evicted. Well, the second week, the second person evicted. Well, those two have a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins that competition stays. The loser goes home.
Yes.
And then that keeps going until the very end. And at the very end, where like you got your final 3 decided. Well, no, now the Resurrection Island person comes back. You know, whoever it is, whoever's been winning, whoever wins, you know, they come back, and now it's final 4, and now they get to, you know, fight it out, see who gets into the final 3 and into the, you know.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
It would be.
Yeah. So for this particular show, do you guys have anything else you want to add to this?
No. I think we covered it.
Okay.
That's all for this show.
Now, Erika,
Yeah.
Big Brother Australia has started. Would you like to tell us a little
Yes.
bit about that?
Yes.
How much time do we have?
lots of-
I could go on forever.
Well, what was the big twist, first and foremost? The big crazy
Okay.
storm thing, that a storm is coming and we were speculating and we didn't know.
The thing that they have announced that no other house has done isn't the big twist,
Okay.
but it is a pretty nice twist. They have a thing outside the house in the backyard called the fishbowl. And what that is, it's a big round cylinder. It's got no roof on it, and the first day, 2 house guests got stuck out in that cylinder, and they had to stay out there. They could not leave that cylinder, could not go inside. It started raining on them. Literally, they were supposed to stay in that cylinder for 24 hours. Because it started raining, because the rain wouldn't stop, Big Brother canceled it and killed it after 10 hours. Made them come inside.
Because
Wow.
they could drown, basically.
But the cooler things are they're doing something that hasn't been seen in Big Brother US for several years, and that's they're playing in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Each house guest has their own partner, and they're nominated as a partner. They're evicted as a partner. They're punished as a partner. Everything is, both partners. They have, see, like, the entire rule system of Australia is different. The nominations, the evictions, all that. Well, they have something they call head of house. It's a pair. They get special powers through the week. And I'm just going to bring this up because their one power has, this is really tied into the storm because it's really made lots of drama and lots of craziness.
Right.
They're called, it's Priya, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but it's Priya's team. It's called Into the Power Room. And Big Brother has $22,200 laid out in front of them in 3 different groups. He says, you can each have $100 and nothing happens. That's your choice. Nothing happens to the house. You can have $1,000 each, and the house goes on meal replacement shakes for 3 days. Now, they don't have slop or anything like that. So it's meal replacement shakes like Slim Fast and protein powder,
right.
Bodybuilder's protein powder, that kind of thing. Or you can have $10,000 each, and the house gets no food, and they're on meal replacement shakes for 7 days.
It's not bad.
Now, Priya wanted to just pick immediately. Let's take the 10,000, gone. The other girl didn't want to.
Ooh.
So what happened?
See, Big Brother did all kinds of psychological testing from these people to see who would be a good match and who would be a bad match.
No.
And the thing is, the person is given a choice between 2 house guests. Whoever has the luck of being the first person, and they're only shown like those videos that we see on the website, the little bio videos. They're showing those 15-second clips.
They paired them with their polar opposites, didn't they?
Priya made a bad choice. She picked the wrong person. So I can't remember that girl's name, but she picked someone did not want to take that money, take the food from the people. Well, the thing is, the twist, they ended up taking the 10,000 and taking the food away from the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, part of the twist, they didn't know until after they made the pack. Big Brother gave them it's not really a fanny pack, but more kind of like a purse, fanny pack, whatever.
Satchel.
But but it's translucent. It's clear.
Okay.
They have to carry that $10,000 in cash, real money, with them on that thing, and they have to wear it at all times.
Oh no.
Oh.
Now the crazy thing is, not only does the house know they took 10,000 each, not only does the house know that they found out Big Brother made them, because Big Brother's a lot more interactive on this one. He actually talks to the people and actually, makes them do things. Big Brother made them go and tell the house that 20,000 comes out of the prize pool at the end.
Ooh.
So they're not playing for 250,000 anymore. They're playing for 230,000 because these people took 20,000.
That's awesome.
But the hardest twist, the harshest twist, is these people have no food. It's not like slop and whatever else. It's literally meal replacement shakes.
Right.
No food. Big Brother opens Big Brother's diner.
Oh no.
And he puts a menu out there. It says, "Oh, do you want coffee? It's $30 a cup.
Oh no.
Do you want a plate of ribs with sweet potato fries and 2 beers or two glasses of wine? $100.
What?
For anybody in the house if you want this. But only these 2 girls here have the money. So you have to ask them to buy it for you."
Oh, so they're the ones that give the final answer.
And it's Big Brother is very clear to them. This is their money. This is legally theirs. It is their cash money. As soon as they leave the house, they can spend it on anything they want. They don't have to cash a check. They don't have to wait for the company to pay them. That's cash money. That's theirs. They're walking out with it.
Has anybody
But-
tried to steal the money from them?
Yeah, they actually did. But see, one of them asked Big Brother, because they can do this stuff in that show. It's like, Big Brother, I'm worried. This is $10,000 of cash. I'm worried that someone's going to steal this from me. He's like, well, I'll put it to you this way. There's 3 meters of fence surrounding this compound. This is under guard 24/7. There are cameras everywhere. No one's going to break in here and steal this money from you. And she was like, but what about the other housemates? Well, all I can say is I'm always watching.
What,
So
is that
when-
what Big Brother said?
Yeah, Big Brother is always watching.
Oh, wow.
So one of them, so Priya was taking a shower. One of the guys went and stole her satchel
Oh,
and hid it in the kitchen. They had these potted plants hanging on the wall. They went and stuck it in the plant.
oh,
So it's not even in a drawer or anything. And she spent like forever looking, because that's her money.
Right.
If she don't, the rules were if she don't get it, she doesn't get it. She's got to
Right.
leave with it,
That's crazy.
and
On Big-
she can get in trouble for not wearing it.
Oh, no.
So can they actually take money out of there and go buy a burger if they wanted to?
Once a day, yeah, every day.
No, I mean
Big
out of
Brother
the
has-
stolen money.
Oh no, no, it's not
Okay.
like that.
Are they surprised with a key on premiere night, Erica?
No,
How are, like, how the house guests are surprised with a key? Well, how do they introduce the housemates?
they have a big introduction ceremony where instead of there being a group of like 6 housemates on the deck, basically the stage, and they all go in, and that's when they get to talk to each other. They have a big introduction ceremony where they're brought out one by one and they're introduced and they get to talk to the host, and they're just made a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Well, even the key ceremony on Big Brother US is more of a fabrication than anything, because
Right.
these people aren't as surprised as they make it out to be, because it seems like,
No.
oh, it's just completely random that I got a key. These people
It's
have
completely
been-
random. There's this camera right there watching me.
Well, these
Yeah.
people have been in. They applied somewhere to audition in the first place. Then you get a callback audition, right? Then you go to like 2 or 3 more auditions following that, and less people are invited every time. And the final one is somewhat around 30 people.
Yeah,
So-
it's 30 different people that are on the short list.
Yeah.
And they're like, you may get a key. You're
Yeah.
on the short list.
So it's not like you're completely shocked. Like, you're going to
Don't
be a
tell-
little shocked, but 16 out of 30 people get in. So your chances are pretty much 50-50 at that point.
See, the real fun, and I don't see the rules are so much looser on Big Brother Australia. So, once they get, when I was thinking about today was once they get to the nominations, what's to stop somebody and saying, hey, I'll give you this much money if you don't nominate me.
Yeah, that's true.
I could see that
See,
happening. But what's
the real thing that really kind of made me mad to see it is these people have $10,000 and they've got to spend that money to give everybody else food. Well, the guys are going around saying, well, hey, the only fair way to go about doing this, since you took prize money out of the prize kitty, is you each give us $3,200. That buys everybody 4 meals this week. And then we can split the meal with our team and everybody gets to eat. And that's just the only fair way to do it. It's like, you didn't win that money. That's not your money. Why are you trying to steal these people's money to go buy food? Why are you trying to guilt them into buying you food every night?
So they're basically thieves.
Well, it's to cause drama,
I
Right.
would
that
just pretend like I can't function and I'm dying on the floor and I need food, and they'd be like, "Here, let me go buy you a steak," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's so nice of you."
well
Yeah,
they did.
I would do
One
that.
of the girls, she was having like major breakdowns because she didn't have any coffee. She's normally a 6 cups of coffee in the morning drinker, She didn't have any caffeine.
Wow.
She's going through withdrawal. She's going through headaches. She's had everything.
Wow.
So when Big Brother put that coffee out for sale, $30 a cup, which is, not much more than Starbucks
Yeah,
realistically.
it's pretty much the exact same price as Starbucks.
It's like $6 a cup Starbucks, $30 a cup there. No big deal. Well,
It would be even better if there was no milk, cream, or sugar to go with that coffee.
Right.
No, the thing was they got to order it however they wanted it. So they called her over there. It's like, how do you want your coffee? And she just kind of looked at her. It's like, I'm going to buy you a coffee. How do you like your coffee? And she was like, I want that skinny latte with double shots and extra sugar. And Big Brother's like, okay. And then she takes the $30 out of her satchel and puts it in the wallet. The thing the restaurants give you.
Right.
And then out through the little little flap or whatever comes a little cardboard tray with a cup of coffee on it. And there was her coffee as she sat there and drank it. It was really funny.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it sounds like Big Brother Australia is shaping up pretty well this season.
Yeah.
Might have to check it out.
It's actually online. The whole thing I was talking about, downloading stuff and proxy servers or whatever, that doesn't work. I tried it. They somehow they can still figure out and block it.
Right.
But it is online. You can download it. You just have to look for it.
Right.
And
I'll look into that.
And they don't really mind you downloading it since, whatever. But you download it. The only thing is, it's 6 days a week, not 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you have to. You really have to be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes up US time around 8:30 a.m. that day.
It's not bad.
Like say Monday night show would go up around 8:30 a.m. here Monday, It's usually about 3 hours after it goes on the air.
Yeah. That's not bad. Definitely guys check that out if you guys are interested in more Big Brother.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Erika, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at Erika Rain 7.
Excellent. Luke, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at Zupa23.
Nice. You can find me down below, Phenomedom, Phenomedom. I can't even speak tonight.
Did you forget to flip your camera again?
Did I forget to flick the camera?
Flip the camera?
Flip it? No, it's there.
Because it looked like he's going from the M backwards.
No. Yes. You can also find all of us and more on Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, G+, and right here on YouTube. /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts or some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week, we will see you guys on Thursday.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Luke. Good night.
From inside the Big Brother house, I'm Dom.
From outside.
I'm inside.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Luke. Good night.
From inside the Big Brother house, I'm Dom. Good night.